I'm gonna beg you to deal with the fact that the fan is on. It is hotter in my house than it is outside. And I can't turn it off. I physically can't. So this is what we're rolling with. Hey guys, it's Lilith. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another shifting reaction video and I'm terrified for it. I feel like I look super, oh my god, I just almost knocked my water over. I feel like I look super extra pale today because I had to put on makeup in my last video. If you watched the video where I talked about my Salem DR, I'm putting makeup on in that video while I'm talking so I could multitask. But I have like, it's not a breakout, I tried to wax my face with sugar wax for the first time and it has left like sensitivity bumps on my face. It doesn't like hurt or anything. I think I just may have been, either my skin is too sensitive for wax or I was a little too rough with myself. I don't know. Thank God my concealer managed to cover it, but I do feel like I look super pale. I feel like I look exactly like this ghost back here. But that's okay because it's almost Halloween. In my mind, it's almost Halloween. To me, Halloween starts on like July 5th. And as of right now, it is July 29th as I film this. So this video should be going up not next week, but the week after, I think. I'm trying to just like completely keep talking around myself because I'm so nervous about this. I do not want to be doing this. Okay, today's video that we are reacting to, I am terrified. I'm also hoping there's no makeup on my collar. I changed my shirt and everything because there was makeup all over my other one. Okay, today's video is setting up your script. This video was uploaded November 27th of 2020. And it has, as of the time of filming this video, it has 26,611 views on it. As you guys saw when I reacted to my What is Reality Shifting video and my Shifting Clones video, my opinions on shifting have changed dramatically since 2020. For anyone who is new to this channel, I have been an active shifter since September of 2020. My entire YouTube channel is based around reality shifting, so is my TikTok and the podcast that I run with my best friend, which by the way, if you are not subscribed to at this time, I think we just passed like 800 subscribers. We are filming the season finale of season 1 in 2 days. Yeah, episode 10 is getting filmed day after tomorrow and will be posted next weekend. By the time this episode airs, that episode will already be out and we're taking a break for about a month or so in between seasons before we come back for season 2. I would love, love, love it if we could miraculously and magically end up with 1,000 subscribers on that channel by the time we come back for season 2. So if you're not already subscribed to that channel and you don't already watch our podcast, Batshit Crazy, please go check it out. And also if you want to be part of the Batshit Discord server, please check that out in the description as well. You have to be over 18 to join, but it's a really great server where people come to get advice and vent about their shifting frustrations and make shifting friends. Everybody shares stories and recommendations, and it's a really great place to be, and it's full of really nice people. Last time I checked, I think we have like over 175 members. So that's crazy to me. But I love shifting. Everything I do is shifting related online. So this is gonna hit really hard, I can tell, because my opinions have really, really changed as far as shifting. So I'm gonna full screen this and we're gonna go through this together. This one's a long one, so buckle in. This video seems to be 26 minutes long. How did I talk about scripts for 26 minutes? My eyeshadow's not that bad in this video. God, I miss this hair. For anyone who watches my videos, this is exactly how my hair looks in my Hogwarts DR. Oh my god, I miss this hair. All right, we can do this. Why am I so scared? I think it's because I remember it. Okay, all right, we've got this. We're gonna have a brief change of scenery just for this one video because I'm curious to see how it looks and if having my room in the background makes things better or worse. So if you don't like it, it's probably not gonna happen in the next video. Don't worry about it. So far, so good. Nervous, apparently. Hey there, everybody. It's Lilith. Welcome back to my channel. I know, things are a bit different, but as I said in the intro, this is probably not going to happen again. Mostly it's just because I don't feel like getting all of the stuff off the back of my door and then squeezing into that little square of space over there.
That's why I don't film over there anymore. So we're going to see how
it's like being over here and seeing what it's like to have you be able to see some of my stuff in the background, my nerdy stuff, my Harry Potter pop dolls and my 900 candles that I don't need. Just, you know, girly things. Today is a video all about shifting stuff, again, because I'm hyperfixating, leave me alone. Today's video is all about scripts. This is going to be pretty much a catch-all video for
script.
What a script is, how to use it, some stuff that's in one of my personal scripts, and stuff I would suggest putting into your script that you may not even think about. So without any more of my rambling, let's go. Alright, first and foremost, what is a script when it comes to shifting? Think of it like a script in a movie. In a script in a movie, it's the basic outline of what happens in the film. Your script, when you shift, is stuff to do with what happens or what's going on when you're shifting. Now, unlike a script in a movie, it doesn't detail by detail talk about every single thing that happens specifically, because you're actually living and experiencing the stuff that's happening in your DR. This is pretty much the details that you want to go into your DR with you and about the place that you're going. You don't necessarily have to have a script when you shift, especially if you have a really, really good memory and you know exactly what's going on. But honestly, I would suggest one. It's really good for keeping all of your thoughts in one place together. It's also good to be able to review your script and read over all of your details.
So already I'm a little distracted by the way that I described it. The way that I would describe a script now is not like a movie script. I would describe it as kind of like the specifications of where you're going. In this, I described it like the script of a movie and everything that happens. To me, a script is now just kind of specifying exactly which specific reality I want to go to. So it's not super off, it's just not exactly how I would describe it. I'm obsessed with this eye makeup look. What palette did I use for this? I missed those necklaces though. The bottom one is my Hades symbol and the top one was a necklace that my girlfriend got me.
Before you attempt to shift, not only so you can be reminded of everything that's going on, but also it helps to get you in the mood, and it's a nice refresher in case there's a small detail you forgot. Now, I got the original inspiration for my script from the TikTok account Shifting Answers. I don't think she's active anymore, but originally the template for what her script was is what inspired.
I think that this may be a girl that I was talking about on the podcast. I could be totally wrong because there were several shifting accounts that I followed back in the day. But I followed a shifting account really, really early on where she shifted within a week, got really popular for answering a bunch of shifting questions, and said that she shifted and woke up on Draco's chest and then yelled her safe word in his face and then disappeared before his eyes. I'm terrified to think that's who I'm quoting here.
My script. Now, my script has other stuff that has nothing to do with her script. It was just kind of the original idea of when I first saw someone's script. Your script doesn't have to physically be written down by hand on paper. You can also type it out and print it out onto paper. Or if you want to keep your script on your computer or your tablet or your phone in a notes section, you can do that too. I've seen people that have entire notebooks dedicated to their DR. It's all about you. You can make it as vague or as detailed as you want. But quite honestly, having as detailed of a script as possible, the better. Nothing left out, as specific as possible so that you get to exactly where you're trying to go and everything goes the way
that is both true and not true. That is personally how I like it. I like for my scripts to be really detailed, but other people have one paragraph for their script that's bullet pointed. It's to each his own.
You feel comfortable with it going. Now we're gonna go over bits from my script as a basis of sections. My script is to get me to Hogwarts because I'm a Harry Potter fangirl, so all of my scripts are Hogwarts specific. And I say all of because I have two scripts. I have one that I tried to write out when I was having a very specific train of thought as to what else I could do in my DR, but as of right now, this is the one that I'm working with. It's the one that I started with. And I like to...
She's trying to sound great. She's trying to sound like she's a very likable person. I hate what's happening with my voice in this video. Also, the train of thought is that one of these was a script where I was going to end up with Remus Lupin, and the other one was a script where I was going to end up with Severus Snape. That was the train of thought.
Split my scripts up into sections. Now, the first section is just all about me specifically. I have a section that talks about a full name, a nickname, my age, my birthday, stuff like that. Details that you feel are important in your script to who you are as a person. Mine specifically by way of...
Oh, I have an advertisement. I forgot that my videos had ads now. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm monetized now. So, I'm gonna sit through these ads. I'm gonna sit through them because this is my job. Detail says full name, nickname, age, birthday, position at Hogwarts, because I script myself in as a teacher. I don't know if I'll ever script myself in as a student. I mean, maybe I might want to, just to get like the experience, but all of my favorite characters in the series are adults, and I want to befriend all the adults and be a teacher and stuff
I
like
hit
that.
puberty during that.
So if you are going into Hogwarts like I am, but you want to go in as a student, don't worry about that part. Just worry about like your Hogwarts house. And also, if you're going into a place that's not Hogwarts, that's kind of just like a specific detail of like, if you're going into like My Hero Academia, that could be like what your quirk is, you know, that kind of thing. If you're going into something specific that has things like that, put specifics in there so you know where you're at. I have my blood status because I am going into Harry Potter, and every Witcher wizard has a different blood status. My former Hogwarts house because I'm an adult. Affiliates, I've written myself in as previously being a member of the affiliates. I forgot that there was like an affiliate section. I'm pretty sure, I'm wondering if this is early on enough, but even though I have my birthday in here, I'm pretty sure that this might be an early enough run of my script that I have in my dominant hand and my zodiac sign. Order of the Phoenix. Affiliates is pretty much just any association that you may have ties to. That would be mine. If you were scripting yourself in as like a villain, you could script yourself as affiliates with like Death Eaters kind of thing, but you know, you don't have to. My zodiac sign, my dominant hand, languages I can see it from here. Zodiac sign, dominant hand, language spoken, grew up in, live in, gender, sexuality, religion, former school, and oh my god, this is insane. Girl, you already, I know I forgot how extra the scripts were during 2020. There's literally an entire about me that talks about the fact that I went to Hogwarts. I have a former Hogwarts house section on here, and I'm still saying that I go to Hogwarts. It's like saying I have my age and my birthday, but then I still have a zodiac sign on here. Why my dominant hand? Was I worried I was gonna wake up a lefty? Like, my gender, my sexuality, my girl, this is humiliating. Oh, the things I do for you guys. Where I grew up, where I currently live, my gender, my sexuality, my religion, my former school, and my accent. Now, you can go as far as to add on to this if you want to add like who your biological parents are, if you want to add any siblings or other family members. This is just by way of like the personality part of who you are. Like I said, you don't have to just add what I have in mine. You can also put what you want for your own. This is just my suggestion of what I have. Now, then there's an entire appearance section on mine. Please tell me that this is after I've changed it so that I look like myself. My original script, I was skinny. And includes my race, my hair, both color, texture, and length kind of thing, my eye color, my height, and any existing tattoos and piercings I may have. It's just a brief list out. I've just hit pause. I have it in the appearance that I'm Caucasian. I have under appearance that I'm Caucasian. This is so early on that my hair is chest length, jet black, and naturally straight. There's also tattoos on here I don't have. Oh my god. Okay. This is crazy. I'm scared to death to think that this is so early. This is the script where I was skinny. That's the hair I had when I made myself skinny. This is so depressing. I didn't expect this to be depressing. Okay, so the tattoos that I have in my Hogwarts DR, I have the 4 tattoos that I have here. Plus, I have a little black heart behind this ear that you can see through my stretched lobes. I have a tattoo for Lily and James on my left leg that's a lily and a sunflower. And I have a Phantom of the Opera tattoo on my right leg. Why am I so short in this shot? Help me. In this, there's other I can see from here. There's a Morticia Addams quote on here, like on my ribs. And a generic full sleeve of Gothic style art on my left arm. And a belly button piercing. That's how you know I was skinny. That's how you know I was skinny. Kind of thing. There's another more specific part about my physical appearance. later on when talking about myself in my script. This is just like the basis list part. I have OCD, I like making lists. My script is 12 pages long. All right, then we go into a section I have listed as details. Again, you can set yours up completely different to mine. This is just what mine looks like. I have mine listed with my former Hogwarts house, the make and model of my wand, my Patronus, the pet that I own, and the class that I teach. Now, again, if you're listing yourself in as a student at Hogwarts, you can list yourself in with your current Hogwarts house, make and model of your wand, your Patronus, if you bring a pet to school, and you don't have to have like a class thing. That's just the class that I teach. Also, if you plan on scripting yourself in as head girl or head boy, make sure you put that in here as well. Also, make sure you're writing down if you're a prefect or not. Also, if you plan on...
hold on, I have to adjust this again. Can we talk about how I'm using like a teacher voice? Can we, like, I like the fact that like part of my job when I make videos here or when I do the pod or on my TikTok or whatever, I like the fact that I'm kind of educating you guys to a certain extent. I like to educate and entertain and help you be like, I guess like find something relatable in my content. Why am I talking like I'm like guiding you through the process? Like I hate the way I'm talking. Like I'm either talking like a child or I'm like telling you the rules for your homework. What's going on?
Writing yourself in as a student and you plan on playing Quidditch, you're going to need to put in here the position that you play in Quidditch and the type of broom that you ride. Then, even though that was the appearance section, this is the looks section. Now, this is just a giant paragraph about what I look like. It's the specifics of not just the fact that I have hair of a certain length and a certain color. It's describing my hair. It's describing my facial features. It's describing my physical body build. It's describing if I have...
It's describing my hair. I wish I had paused on that just now, but I know in my soul that it talks about having a flat stomach and smaller thighs. I hated myself at this point in my life. When I was 25, I was really, really deep. And the thing is, I look back at me at 25 and me right now, a couple months off from turning 30, I truly believe that I would give most anything to look like I did when I was 25. My skin was different, my body was different, my hair was different. You don't think that there's going to be a huge difference between you at 25 and you at almost 30. There is a big difference, especially since I do suffer with an eating disorder. But like I was so in a place during this time where I hated myself so much. I was scripting myself in as like, my boobs are perkier, my stomach is smaller, I don't have a double chin, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, here, I'm like on a diet and exercising regularly, trying to look like this version of myself again. And it's so soul crushing. Like, I didn't mean for this to get so real, but it is so soul crushing to me that I was so convinced I was so hideous during this time in my life that I was having to script in that like my nose is smaller and I don't have a double chin and I have no stretch marks and no fat rolls and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I'm like looking at videos of myself like during this time period or like when I was cosplaying like a year before this, and I thought I was so hideous, and I'm like, I was gorgeous. I wish that I looked like that again. And I know the older I get, the more I will wish that I had taken advantage of what I looked like at 25. And it's so heartbreaking to know I felt the need to change every single thing about me because I thought that I was hideous.
Freckles or scars, all that good stuff. I even have in here, because I no longer have acrylic nails in real life, I even wrote in here that I have the specific kind of acrylic nails that I would want in my DR, and I made sure to list that it is kept
in real life is a crazy thing to say. I think we were all guilty of referring to our current reality as real life. I think that's also around the same time that we were all referring to the people in our DR as characters. They are not characters, they are real people. This is not real life, and that's not real life. They are all real life. That bothers me.
Up by magic, because I'm not going to a muggle nail salon when I have stuff to do. Alright, next bit. Listed out my personality. This is essentially just the traits that I have.
I have ads again. Okay, we are back. God, I'm only 7.5 minutes into this 26-minute video. Okay, here we go.
as a person. I pretty much scripted myself to be exactly how I am here. My interests as well as my actual
we thought we had to put that.
Traits. You are going to want to...
You don't have to put your personality, okay? It's you. You don't need to, and I put in here, I remember, you don't have to put in that you're super brave and really likable and blah, blah, blah. It's you. It's babe. It's you. It's you.
Pretty much just do the same thing when you do your personality bit. Just write out about your kindness, your interests, how you are with friends, loved ones, stuff like that.
The speck on my hat is killing me.
And you'll be good to go. This is the love life section. There are certain people who will tell you that scripting a love life with existing characters is unethical. I'm not one of those people. If you don't want to do that because it makes you uncomfortable, cool, fine and dandy, you don't have to do it. But this is the beginning of my love interest section, and then it continues through all of page 5 and a little bit of page 6. This would be where I would be dating my comfort characters, one by...
Girl! I don't even know what the hell I'm doing with my love life at this point, and you've got like 2 pages?
One. Alright, next, the friendships section. This is just kind of like a detailed paragraph about the people that I'm friends with. Yours can be maybe whoever's in your house or whoever you hang out with the most. Specify who your best friend.
I don't have detailed sections of people I'm friends with. I have just like a bulletin that says that I became friends with Lily and Severus when we met on the Hogwarts Express, that they were my best friends. I became friends with the Marauders as teenagers, and then I have a little bulletin that lists all the members of staff that I'm friends with. Boom, done.
It is over just your average friends. In this, because I am a teacher, all of my friends are either pre-existing from when I didn't work at Hogwarts,
you don't need to do that.
Or people who work at Hogwarts. Because I am coming in during Prisoner of Azkaban for this, my friends all consist of professors of the existing time, and I don't even care that I matched myself up to be best friends with McGonagall because she's a badass and I don't want to hear otherwise. The friendship section continues down through here, and then we get to a section that I have labeled as small.
Why did I think I was going to get shit for that?
Details. No details necessarily too small, but these are just kind of like passing things that don't have like a designated section.
So there was a details section and a smaller details section. Is there a big detail section at the back?
Now, I put time, 1 minute in my CR is 1 day in my DR. Your travel to your DR is not limited by your CR time stream.
That's not true anymore. That is not true anymore. I adjusted my... I don't know how true it is, but I heard people saying that having that kind of time ratio made things more exhausting. So I believe I actually have mine set to like an hour is a day so that I can shift over a full night's sleep. Or I have it in that like an hour is a week. I can't remember. Either an hour is a week or an hour is a day. I can't remember.
Not suggest putting in anything too big. I wouldn't suggest putting in like 1 second in my CR is 1 day in my DR. I would not suggest putting in 1 minute in my CR is 1 week in my DR, kind of. Yeah, I got that right.
Me struggling on camera.
I would start off small. I would go 1 minute to 1 day. Some people are more comfortable saying that like 1 minute is to 1 hour, or maybe 1 hour is to 1 day. Just the more slack you give your brain, the less likely you are to get tired and the easier it will be to shift. Now, I also put stay. I will only stay at Hogwarts for 1 year.
Excuse me? Explain yourself?
You don't have to put this. I put this because I'm going to want to rewrite a new script depending on what happens in this 1 year span. And I don't want to stay past the end of Harry's 3rd year.
If I was not filming on my phone, I would be calling Carly immediately with this information. Did I think that at like the end of the school year, in case I forgot, that my script would help kick me out? Or did I forget my own knowledge that I wanted to leave by then? And also, why would I write another script at the end of the school year? Why did I need another one?
without having done that. So basically, if I hit that year mark and I'm still in my DR, it's automatically going to kick me out.
This is why people think we're delusional. I didn't think that I was going to get this riled up in this video. I thought it was all going to be saved for the next one. Oh, I was incredibly wrong. Guys, I'm not even halfway through this video and I am about to lose my mind.
And it's going to eject me back here. At least that's what I've scripted. That way that I can come back here, write a new script, and then continue on with the life I've been living there with a new script, because this is specified to 1993.
This is specified to 1990. Girl, this is why people think shifting isn't real. This is why people think we're insane.
All right, date. This is to make sure that I pop in the right place. Because you don't want to just say that you've popped up at Hogwarts during the 90s, because you could pop up in the middle of the Hogwarts battle. You don't want to do that. So you're going to want to specify a year. If you want to be as specific enough to make sure you show up on a certain day of that year, that's fine. I've specifically scripted that I show up during the first day of the 1993 to 1994 school year. That way I'm there for all of the events of Prisoner of Azkaban. All right, and then arrive is the same thing. Date is just I will be at Hogwarts in the year of school that spans from 1993 to 1994.
You don't need to put both.
And arrive is I will arrive in my DR on the first day of school in 1993 before students begin to arrive for sorting. I'm trying to give myself room to find out where I am. And I want to explore before I got to start working. All right, this next bit takes up most of this page. This is CR and DR details.
Why is this video so long? I'm not messing with you. This is a 26-minute and 40-second video. This is 11 minutes and 42 seconds into it, and all I'm learning is that I hate myself and that everyone on Shift Talk in 2020 was anal and over-controlling, and that this is why people thought we were insane.
Now, this is stuff to do with, like, I mentioned briefly that, like, my clone will be asleep in my CR while I'm in my DR. I am one of these people that even though there's multiple versions of how people view clones, I prefer to keep my clone asleep. It makes me more comfortable. I'm only going to be gone.
Go watch my video on clones if you want to hear my personal opinions on it in 2020 and now.
While I'm physically sleeping here. I also make sure to script under CR and DR details that if somebody tries to wake me up in my CR, or if an alarm goes off in my CR, I'll hear it in my DR so I know to kind of get away from whatever I'm doing and do my safe word or my safe action and get out and get up.
Go somewhere. She needed to go somewhere, guys, because we thought we were disappearing, guys. This is how early on it was, guys. We thought we were disappearing. We thought we were traveling. I was like, I have to always be near an empty room, guys.
Which comes in handy with the fact that I have it scripted somewhere in here that whenever I leave my DR, I will come right back when I come back again to where I left off. So it's not like I'm going to be missing for however long I'm not shifting, which is something I would suggest for you if you don't want to miss stuff. I've specifically scripted that if I do my safe word or my safe action while in my DR, I will return to my CR. This is an important thing to write down, especially for your brain. When returning to my CR, I am free of trauma and depression. There's a lot...
Ew, stupid. All of this is wrong. All of this is wrong. I hate this. I hate 25-year-old me. Maybe this is why 25-year-old me hated me so much, because I hate me. This is an insufferable piece of information. 26,000 views. I'm lucky if my videos pass like 150 views right now when I'm actually working my ass off on this channel. When I was giving no fucks and had done no real research at this time, 26,000 people sat down and watched this video and took it as law. I would love it if those 26,000 people would please watch my current content. Speaking of people, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I promise that my content is better than this now. And please follow my social media that's in the description. And please find my best friend Carly's stuff in the description as well. She makes amazing shifting subliminals. And she also has a Patreon where she releases them early. And you can also find her TikTok where she makes shifting content as well. Oh my god, I'm procrastinating because I don't want to go back to this.
12 minutes in, good God.
A lot of things in here that are specified to this kind of thing, because we don't want to be coming back here and be really, really upset. We want to hold on to the good things and be happy about the fact that we went. When I am in my DR, I am free from homesickness and attachments. Same thing, vice versa.
This is also during the era where you could not use negative words in your script because people said it was bad, so you will notice I keep saying, like, I am free from, I am free of, because you weren't allowed to use words like no, and don't, and didn't, and isn't. Like, they were negative, and they would bring negative energy upon your scripts, a bull like that.
You don't want to be there and be sad that your best friend here is not there with you. You will see them when you come back. And then I just have minor details, like I'm good at not swearing in front of my students. I remember not use modern slang in my DR. And I'm one of these people that something you may not think about, if you like having freshly shaved legs, then make sure to script that you always have freshly shaved legs. And I also said that I always smell good. I have also had people that I've seen who scripted that they always have clean piercings. They also always have clean hair and fresh breath. It's specific to you. Something else I do want to drop in here real quick before I continue on with this is I don't know how legitimate this is, but I do it just in case. You will get people who say this is BS, but I have seen a lot of people say that you should not put negative words.
It is BS, sweetheart. It is BS. It is.
In your script, because it messes with the universe and the tone of your script. So don't put in things like don't, or no, or none, or not, or
I'm
won't.
actually angry and having to force myself not to
negative words, like instead of saying I will never have bad breath, put I always have good breath. Like, make it a positive thing. If you're writing out I cannot die, try to change the wording and say I am safe from death. If you can get pregnant and you don't want to get pregnant in your DR, instead of writing out I will not get pregnant, put down I am safe from pregnancy. Instead of writing down I will not get hurt, put I will be safe from harm. I have seen people who have said that that can be completely disputed and that that's not real and it doesn't affect anything. And I've also seen a lot of people who really, really heavily believe in that. I don't know how true it is. I can't say one way or the other if it is or isn't, but just in
Yes, I can say that is crap. That is crap. Me in 2025, it is crap.
In case to cover my own butt, I have not put any negative words in here, so I have put stuff like I am safe from death, I am free from pregnancy, you know, I am free from getting a period, stuff like that. Like I said, I don't know if it's real, but worst comes to worst, it's not going to make things worse if I'm careful about it. All right, this is a very small section because it doesn't need to be very big. Getting back to my CR, basically just writing down what my safe word is and my safe action. Now, essentially what safe actions and safe words are, because I haven't really gone over it that much, your safe word is if you're in your DR and you either decide that you need to get out because emotionally you just can't handle what's going on, you get bored, you miss home, or it's time for you to get up because you have to go do stuff, your safe word is what you will say out loud to be able to peace out. Your safe action is in case you forget your word or you...
Oh my God. In case you forget your safe word. Your safe action is in case you forget your safe word, she says. You don't need a safe action. You don't need a safe word. You literally can just be like, I want to go back to my CR. You're back. If you intend to, if you want to, because people used to be like, oh my God, but what if my safe word is like a word I say in conversation? I'll just like snap back. No, you won't. If your safe word is pineapple and then you're talking about something and you say pineapple, you're not going to suddenly jolt back to your CR unless when you say that, you have the intention of, I really, really want to go back now. 15 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm like fuming. I hate the I don't want to delete it because this is like a trail of where my content has been and this like shows how much I've grown. But I really hope no one in present day watches this.
Physically can't do your word. Now, I like having both. Mine are things that I would never say or do in real life. You also want to make sure when doing your safe word or your safe action, you are not in front of people. They will see you randomly say this word that's like a weird word you would never say or do this really strange action that you would never do, and you will have to explain it later. Find a way to get alone and then do it because they may see you vanish or see you do this weird thing.
They may see you vanish, she says. Wow, I'm really humiliated. This is on the 26,000 people. 26,000 people saw this. They may see you You don't vanish. I just want to, you know, like my fat made the furniture shake. My gastards are flabbered, you know, I am flabbergasted as right now. This is insane. This is why people make fun of shifters. I just saw a video today on my For You page where someone was talking about how their ex cheated on them by shifting to Hogwarts to be with Hermione. And they were like, but is it even shifting if shifting's not even real? Shifting's real. This understanding of shifting is not. Thing. Now, when I have something that's like an important detail that I want to put in, but there's no section for it, I put a little star instead of like a dash for it. Mine is just kind of reiterating that if I ever do my safe word or my safe action, that I will return to my This is so unnecessarily long.
And that if I open my eyes,
the video
in my
and the
DR,
script. This is unnecessarily
in my
long.
bed at Hogwarts on the first day of school in the 1993 school year before children show up for sorting. So that's just kind of like little tidbits there. If you want to put yours in for other small details that don't really fit into a designated section that has to do with your DR, go right ahead. Now, this section's not for everybody. This is only if you're like me and you want to take some stuff with you. This is a what I will bring with me section. So that's bad wording. I did not mean actual take stuff with me. We did not understand you can just script in whatever you want into your DR. When I say take stuff with me, I was scripting in items that I own in this reality into that reality. If I remember specifically from this list, I believe I scripted in that I own a version of certain items of clothing and makeup that I have here and jewelry. Because the outfit I'm wearing in this video, I wanted to be able to wear at Hogwarts. So I scripted in that I owned every item of makeup, every piece of jewelry, and every item of clothing that I'm wearing in this video. But talking about it like things you bring with you is as dumb as people that are like, I brought this necklace back with me from my DR, Draco gave it to me. I'm actually shocked. I'm shocked that at the grown age of 25 I was this dumb. This includes like the dress that I'm wearing, all the jewelry that I'm currently wearing, the hat that I'm wearing, my favorite sweater, one of my other favorite dresses, my favorite book of poetry by Edgar Allan Poe, stuff that I would want to take with me and have me, my most oftenly used makeup, that kind of stuff. Anything you want to take with you there, you should go ahead and write down
stuff you
list.
take with you.
All right, this is a detail that, again, not everybody needs. I have it because I'm scripting myself in as a teacher. How long I have been a teacher at Hogwarts. I'm scripting that I've been a teacher for a little over 10 years. I am in my 30s. I started teaching in my mid-20s. This, if you are scripting yourself in as a student, maybe you could say how long you've been a student. That way that you know.
This is, I have another ad. While it's an advertisement, I'm going to talk. I am doing too much in this. I am doing far too much. I'm doing far too much. This is too long. There's still 9 minutes left of this. It's 12:16 in the morning. I was supposed to be done filming like 20 minutes ago. Like this, oh my God. I'm like actually physically shocked at how stupid this is. To anyone who subscribed to me during this time, or anybody who, oh, I accidentally unpaused it. Anybody who subscribed to me during this time or saw this video in 2020 or any time after, I'm really, really genuinely sorry. I am taking accountability for the fact that a lot of the stuff that I said in 2020 is not true. A lot of us were deeply misinformed in the early days of the shifting community and had no idea what we were talking about. We thought that we did, but really we were just regurgitating stuff that other misinformed people were saying. It was months and months of being in the community before I stopped believing this crap. And that's part of the reason I'm doing this series, not just because it's supposed to be entertaining and funny, haha, but also because I genuinely feel a responsibility as a creator to take accountability for the things that I have put on the internet and the things that I have said to you people, and to the things that I've made people believe was a thing, even though it's not. Shifting is very real. It's a very real experience where you can live a real life in these places. It's very real. I believe in it 100%. So do the people closest to me. This is not the way that I talk about it in this. You don't vanish. You don't need to put this much stuff in a script. You don't need to change the way that you look. You don't need to put in your dominant hand and your zodiac sign and your accent. You don't need to put in all this useless information. You don't have to have a script. You don't have to, oh my God. Shifting is your own personal journey. What you do with your script is your business. What you do with your DR is your business. As long as you're safe, that's all that I care about. Shifting is so real, and I want you to have the best experience possible with it. Don't listen to anything that this version of me ever said to you. Oh, how long you've been there, I guess, because you could say, oh, I'm a 7th year. But also, have you been there since year 1, or are you a transfer student from another school? That's why it's going to be important that if you are scripting yourself in as a student, you need to make sure to specify if you have been at that school the whole time, or if you were at a previous school. And if you did transfer, then when? Alright, this is a list of little things. Why is this not
Takes
under
up a whole
small
page,
details?
goes through 3/4 of another page. A lot of these are very Hogwarts specific because it does have to do with my DR, but essentially it's knowing my way around places and things that I would need to know if I lived and worked in this location. It's like saying if you suddenly one day were in my house, you could only really properly function in this house if you knew where everything was, right? You would have to know how to get to the bathroom. You would have to know the names of the people that live here. You'd have to know how to find your way around outside of this house on the property.
This is
like
actively putting me in a
I
bad
have stuff
mood.
in my list that say stuff about how I know how to find my way around Hogwarts easily. I know where everything in my personal chambers is kept. I know where everything in my classroom is kept. I know my class schedule by heart. I will remember the names of all of my students without problem because I'm forgetful and I want to help myself. I will know the curriculum and lesson plan for my class. This is important.
This is unnecessary. It's 1993 in my DR right now, and I have been a teacher since 1982. Year after Sirius went to Azkaban and the Potters passed, that is when I came to work at the school. I have been a teacher for 11 years. It is my job. I have been teaching these kids every single year. This, oh my God, this is like soul crushing. This is actually so upsetting to me. These next 8 minutes cannot go by fast enough. I really hope that like 5 of these last minutes are me promoting stuff so that I can stop sooner. I actually am like angry. I am so sorry that I put this information on the internet and confused so many people.
If you are giving yourself a job in your place that you're going, if in your DR you have a job, you're going to want a script that you know how to do that job. I will remember the password into my chambers. This is also important, again, if you are coming in as a Hogwarts,
you were already there before you shifted. This version of me was totally under the impression that I would have like nothing before the moment that I shifted. You have always existed in your DR. Okay? You've always existed there. You have a life full of memories and experiences. You don't need to script in remembering any of this crap. You already know it because that's your life. Just like you don't need to script in that you know the password to your phone here because you know it's your phone.
Student, you need to always be able to remember the password into your common room. This is a small one for me. I can walk easily in high heels. I plan on wearing high heels in my DR. I know how to ride a broom. Again, important, even if you're not on the Quidditch team. If you're taking flying lessons, you need to know that, or Madam Hooch will get you. I will remember my way around the Hogwarts grounds outside of the castle. That way that I know how I'm getting to Black Lake, I can stay away from the forest, I know where I'm at, this, that, and the other, and I can get to Hagrid's house. This is a small thing that you don't necessarily have to have, but I think it's important. I will have a watch on me at all times that tells me the time in both.
What?
My
CR and my DR. The idea of this will help keep track of things for me. If it's something that makes you comfortable, go right ahead with it. When I am in my DR, I will have the knowledge of popular movies, TV shows.
Of course you would, because you actually exist in 1993. I need a drink.
Books and music of the times. Again, not necessary, but I feel like it would make
go to
me
bed.
feel a little bit more comfy about making conversation with people. To a certain degree, I do know, because I know shows and movies and music and stuff from like the 80s and 90s, but I want to be careful just in case. I'm good.
I have another advertisement. I'm just gonna... Oh my god. Guys, I'm like really upset. Like, I'm actively so... Like, I can't... I actually can't. I need to stop stopping this. Like, I'm oh my god, it's never gonna be over.
It's spells and potions. Being a teacher, this is incredibly important. As a student, this will help you pass grades. Whenever I go back to my DR, I will pick up where I left off. To me, that's really important because I don't want to miss chunks of time. If I take a week-long break from shifting, I don't want to miss a week of stuff there. Especially since it could be more than a week of stuff there if I'm
so
scripting
mad.
that 1 minute here is a day there. I don't want to miss out on weeks and weeks of time. Little things like I have small sneezes because I sneeze really loud and I'm trying to get rid of that. I always
How many
have
times do you
good
go talk
breath.
about your breath?
I have a sustainable amount of money. I know how to find my way around Hogsmeade.
Of course you do.
I know how to
You've
find
lived
my
there
way
for
around
years,
Diagon
fool.
Alley. Both of these are places I plan on going. If there's other places outside of Hogwarts, if you're going to Hogwarts that you want to know how to get around, figure that out. If you're going somewhere that isn't Hogwarts, you need to make sure you know your way around any place you may have to go that you would have logically been before you actually got there. I made sure to put that I'm an experienced witch because I don't want to show up and accidentally be a squib. If you're going somewhere magical, make sure you do that. If you're going somewhere that you have a superpower or a secret talent, you need to make sure that you actually script that talent in. Stuff like, I know the wizarding money system, because I don't want to forget that. It's complicated. I barely know the American money system. And I understand the Hogwarts house point system. I don't know how important that is to everybody else, but to me that's important because I'm going to have to give and take points away because I'm a teacher. A couple other odd and end things that are just kind of like specific to me. I don't want to bore you by listing literally everything. And then we get to the big things section. Now, these are some really important factors for me. I put in here that I am free from pregnancy. Because if I hook up with anybody who could get me pregnant, I'm not about that life. I have a deep phobia of pregnancy. We're not going there. I am safe from death. You're going to want to do that. When it comes to pain, I started off this script originally with having it say that I am free of pain, but honestly, that'll make it feel less real, and you want to feel really like you belong in the situation. So I put that I have a high pain tolerance. I'm free of mental illness. I
scripted out my mental illness. So, for full transparency, I struggle with mental illness and mental disability. I've been to lots of doctors. I've had lots of diagnosis. I feel like it is something that I really wanted to get rid of for a time, but I know now if I went somewhere where I did not have these things, I would come back here and hate my life because I struggle here and don't struggle there, and that would make it really hard for me. So in all of my DRs, I still have all of those things. I still have anxiety and struggle with panic attacks. I still have clinical depression. I still have ADHD and autism. I still have OCD. I still struggle with an eating disorder. And I'm pretty sure in all of them, I'm still hard of hearing and I still have dyslexia.
Not all right up here right now. I'd like to be all right there. I'm safe from physical injuries and illnesses and ailments. There you go. It speaks for itself. I will always remember my DR when coming back to my CR. I will be free from attachments as well as homesickness.
Attachments?
I like to write this multiple
you're gonna
times
care
in the
about
script.
people.
I know it was in there at least 1 or 2 times in the previous pages, but it's completely fine. You can repeat anything that you want, honey. When I go to my DR, I will feel rested, and when I wake up in my CR, I will still feel rested. This is important because I don't want to wake up in my DR and then
you don't have to script
feel like
that
I got
in.
no sleep.
You will, however, most likely be exhausted when you
what's
come
going
back
on
here.
and now. I'm safe from trauma. This
is
could
not
be considered
possible.
emotional or physical. It could also be considered in your CR or your DR. I just think it's important to put in there. No one will figure out that I am from another world. This is incredibly important because you don't want to get outed. You don't want to have that conversation with people that you care about there. So do me a favor, script that. You'll be safe. Do that for me. I am free from having a period. If you are the kind of human being that has a period,
I have my period in my DR. I have modified it a little, so it's only 3 days long, and I have very minimal symptoms, but I do still have a period.
Period. Cover yourself. This is, again, an optional thing. Everyone in my DR looks exactly how they did in the Harry Potter films. This, to me, is important because it helps me distinguish who's actually who, because if I just go...
But that's also not true, because you... Listen, I know there are people that have Hogwarts DRs that they don't look like their movie descriptions, they look like the book descriptions, but the fact that I was like, I won't know who they are. Yes, you will. You've known these people your whole life. You have known Severus since you were 11 years old. You've known Minerva since you were 11 years old. You've known Harry for years. You've known your students for years. You've known your coworkers for years. You know who these people are. This really gave the impression that people thought shifting wasn't real in 2020.
By book descriptions, I might not know who they are right away, which would mess me up considering I'm going in having pre-existing knowledge of these people because I'm supposed to have been working here for 10 years. So that I can better distinguish these people, that helps. Also, if you're shifting yourself in with a specific love interest and you're attracted to a certain person in the movies, that helps. It sometimes can just make it easier so you don't get
This is so unnecessary.
But if you want to leave it up to random, that's fine.
There's only 3 minutes left of this video, and I'm really, really hoping that I'm almost done. I cannot stress enough to you how much I don't agree with all of this, and I have so much to say for my final words.
You want to go by book description, that's fine. When I am close to fully shifting,
that's
I will
not
smell
a thing
vanilla
anymore.
And feel 2 taps on my right arm. This is to let me know that I'm getting close, it's working, my methods are working, and to keep at it and not give up. That used to be my thing for like when I have successfully shifted, that will happen, but I was on a TikTok live today. If you don't follow me on TikTok, please go follow me there.
Still true, if you don't follow me on my social media, please find it in the description below, including my TikTok that is all about shifting content, which is so much better than this shifting content that we're currently reacting to.
Someone that I follow who also is a shifter told me that it would be better if I shifted that my eyes automatically open. That way I don't open my eyes too early or too late. So I have just scripted it that instead of that being what happens when I'm actually there, that's what happens when I'm almost there, so I know to keep going. And that when I have successfully shifted to my DR, my eyes will automatically open. And that is my script. She is 12 pages long. She thick. I hope this video...
Oh, it's finally over. Okay, get this away from me. Okay, my big takeaways from this. Number 1, I was so deeply ill-informed in 2020, and so were most, if not all of us. Early shift talk was filled with lies and slander. I find 25-year-old me to be very cringe and is doing the most, but also I hate that she clearly hated herself so much. Takeaways for you for this video. You don't need to have a script at all. If you do have a script, it can be as long or as short as you want. It can be as detailed or as vague as you want. You don't need to put in useless information like your dominant hand or your zodiac sign or your accent. If you want to change your appearance or have a face claim, you totally can, but you are completely valid to just be in your DR looking the way that you are. You also don't have to script out stuff like your mental illness or physical disabilities. You don't have to have a safe word or a safe action. You just have to have the intention to return. You do not disappear. Your body does not vanish. You just become aware somewhere else. Shifting is not traveling. It is not appearing and disappearing. It is just changing the channel of what music you're listening to, but with shifting. You are just tuning in to a different reality and a different awareness somewhere else instead of this one. It is a real life. You have always been there. You have memories of it. You have experiences with it. You will remember who people are without having to script in what they look like. They are your friends. They are your families. They are your partners. They are your colleagues. They are your neighbors. They are your peers. It is your life that you have already lived. It is as real as this one. So much of this was so incredibly exhausting and frustrating and not true and honestly very hard to watch. But the number one reason that I make these videos reacting to my old shifting videos is because it is my responsibility as a shifting creator who takes both entertainment and education for you guys very seriously to take responsibility for when I have said or done things wrong. And the information and
these early videos are wrong and misinformation and misleading, because I was under the impression they were true. And now that I'm older and that I've been in the community longer, I know that they are wrong. I know that they are not true. And I would like to formally and truly apologize to anybody who watched this video and got the wrong idea, or if this stunted your journey or gave you wrong information. I am truly sorry. And it is my mission now on this channel, as well as on our podcast and on my TikTok, to only put forth correct information to help you in your journey. I take full responsibility for the things that I said in that video, and I am very, very sorry that I believed them to be true. I hope that you guys take everything that's in that video with a grain of salt, and that you listen to what I say in this one instead of in that one, because I am actually better informed now and have more shifting friends and more shifting experiences. I think that that's all I have for this video, because I am super frustrated and super exhausted, and there was a lot of cringe in that. And honestly, I would like to go get a drink now. As I said earlier on in the video, please subscribe if you are not already subscribed. You can find my other reality shifting videos in the playlist in the description, along with mine and my best friend's social media. Please also find our podcast and our shifting Discord server, where you must be 18 or older to join. If you would like a shifting tarot reading from me, please contact the email in the description. I can get you a reading from someone in your desired reality, from your higher self, or from your spirit guides for shifting advice. If you have any questions about shifting or my DRs or my journey or anything related to reality shifting, please leave them in the comments below, and I will collect them for my next reality shifting Q&A on this channel. I appreciate you being with me through this extremely cringy experience. It was a horrible time. Love you. Bye.